The Psychology of Success, Mindset by Dweck, audiobook. Most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they believe their abilities are fixed, invisible, permanent, unchangeable. And that single belief quietly shapes how they work, how they love, how they learn, and how they quit. This summary will show you why effort feels pointless to some people, why criticism breaks others, and how a simple shift in thinking can change the trajectory of your entire life. Stay with me. This matters more than you think. The book is called Mindset, written by psychologist Carol S. Dweck. It became influential because it challenged one of the most common assumptions in modern life, that intelligence, talent, and ability are things you either have or you don't. For decades, people believed success was mostly about natural gifts. Smart people succeed. Talented people win. Everyone else just does their best. This book quietly dismantles that belief. It explains why two people with the same skills can end up in completely different places. Why does one grow stronger under pressure while the other shuts down? And why does motivation disappear for so many people, even when they care deeply? If you've ever felt stuck, if you've ever feared failure more than you wanted success, if you've ever thought, maybe I'm just not cut out for this, this book speaks directly to you. At the heart of this book are two mindsets, two ways of seeing yourself, two ways of interpreting the world, and they quietly shape everything. The first is called the fixed mindset. In a fixed mindset, people believe their abilities are set in stone. You're smart or you're not. You're talented or you're not. You either have it or you don't. When someone with a fixed mindset succeeds, they feel relief. They've proven themselves. When they fail, it feels personal, like exposure, like a verdict on who they are. So they avoid challenges. They avoid feedback. They avoid situations where failure is possible. Not because they're lazy, but because failure feels dangerous. And this mindset quietly limits growth. The second is the growth mindset. In a growth mindset, people believe abilities are developed, skills are built, intelligence is trained. Failure is not a label, it's information. Effort is not weakness, it's the path forward. People with a growth mindset don't believe they're special, they believe they're adaptable. They don't ask, am I good at this? They ask, how can I get better at this? And that question changes everything. Here's the key point, repeated again and again throughout the book. What you believe about your abilities determines how far you'll go. Not talent, not luck, belief. Now let's break this down further. Lesson 1. How you interpret failure shapes your future. When something goes wrong, your brain instantly explains it, and that explanation matters. In a fixed mindset, failure sounds like this. I'm not good at this. I knew I wasn't smart enough. This proves I shouldn't try. In a growth mindset, failure sounds like this. That didn't work. I need a new strategy. I haven't learned this yet. Same event, different meaning. And meaning drives behavior. If failure means I'm incapable, you stop. If failure means I'm learning, you continue. Most people don't realize this inner narration is running non-stop, but it's deciding whether you quit or persist. Lesson 2. Effort is misunderstood. In a fixed mindset, effort is seen as evidence of inadequacy. If I were truly good, this wouldn't be hard. So people hide effort. They pretend things come naturally. They avoid trying too hard in case they fail. In a growth mindset, effort is expected. Of course it's hard. That's how improvement works. This is why some people plateau early. They confuse struggle with inability. But struggle is not a sign you're failing. It's a sign you're stretching. Repeat this to yourself. Struggle means growth is happening. Struggle means growth is happening. Lesson 3. Praise can either build or break motivation. This part surprises many people. When people are praised for being smart or talented, it can actually reduce resilience. Why? Because now they feel pressure to protect that label. They avoid risks, they avoid challenges, they stick to what they already know. But when people are praised for effort, strategies, and persistence, something changes. They focus on the process, not the image. They become more willing to try, more willing to fail, more willing to grow. This doesn't apply only to children. It applies to adults every single day. The way you talk to yourself matters. If you constantly label yourself as good or bad, you trap yourself. If you focus on effort and learning, you stay flexible. Lesson 4. Mindsets show up everywhere. Your mindset affects your work, in relationships, in health, in leadership. In a fixed mindset, criticism feels like an attack, so people get defensive. They stop listening. In a growth mindset, feedback is data. It's not pleasant, but it's useful. In a fixed mindset, the success of others feels threatening. In a growth mindset, it feels informative. This is subtle but powerful. The mindset you carry into everyday moments shapes your reactions, and reactions, repeated over time, become your life. Lesson 5. Mindsets are not permanent. This is crucial. You are not locked into one mindset forever. Most people carry both, depending on the situation. You might have a growth mindset at work and a fixed mindset in relationships. You might believe skills can grow, but secretly believe your personality cannot. Awareness is the first step. Once you notice the fixed mindset voice, you can challenge it. You can replace "I can't" with "I can't yet." You can replace "this proves something about me" with "this teaches me something." Change starts there, quietly, internally, repeatedly. Now, let's bring this into your daily life. If you apply this today, start with your inner language. Listen to how you talk to yourself when things go wrong. That voice is shaping your future more than you realize. Most people ignore this, but small wording changes create massive shifts. When you fail, don't ask, "What does this say about me?" Ask, "What can this teach me?" When something feels hard, don't say, "I'm not good at this." Say, "I'm building this skill." This is where real change begins. Next, seek challenges on purpose, not dramatic ones, small, uncomfortable stretches. The growth mindset grows through friction. Without it, nothing changes. Finally, reframe the effort. Effort is not a backup plan, it is the plan. Every time you choose effort over avoidance, you reinforce the belief that you can grow. And that belief compounds, day by day, choice by choice. Here's the takeaway. Your abilities are not the ceiling. Your beliefs are. When you change how you interpret failure, effort, and feedback, you change what's possible. Growth is not about becoming someone else. It's about becoming more capable over time. If this summary helped you, subscribe for daily audiobook summaries designed to sharpen your mindset and focus. And next, listen to our summary of Atomic Habits by James Clear, where mindset turns into daily action. Stay consistent, stay curious, and keep growing.